It's been 8 years since Scorn was announced, and thanks to its unique art style, it's been in the public mind ever since. Scorn released on October 14th of 2022, and it seems to be a divisive game. Hi, I'm Mason. You're watching Amateur Game Review. Let's talk about Scorn. If you're like me, what made you curious about Scorn was probably its art style. If you're a fan of the Alien series, you'll instantly recognize the inspiration from H.R. Giger and Zdzisław Bygzinski. Giger's influence of combined rustic metal, flesh, and bone make the general design of the world. From the walls and floors, the interactive panels, and the long-abandoned buildings and structures, all of these work together to create a world long forgotten by time. Bygzinski's influence created the living horrors corrupting the world, the parasitic bulbs, the fleshy things that crawl around and attack you, even Scorn Guy himself. Both artists clearly have a dark art style, and to use both to contrast life and death is fascinating to me. And because of this, it's created one of the best game worlds I've ever been in. Not only talking about graphics, by the way, even though Scorn is highly detailed and looks next-gen, everything in the environment seems to have been placed to tell the overall story. You'll find a Giger-looking building only to walk in and find it's been corrupted with Bygzinski's symbiotic things crawling around, looking for more things to take over. The environmental storytelling was crafted so well, and it makes me want to know more. Who built these structures? What happened to them? Why is everything corrupted? Let's talk gameplay. The majority can agree that Scorn is visually impressive, but it might not be for you if you can get past the grotesque visuals. If you go into Scorn expecting Resident Evil, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Scorn is actually closer to Myst or The Witness. It's a walking sim, with multiple puzzles overlapping each other. Scorn's levels are like labyrinths, and will not guide you as to where to go or hold your hand while you're figuring out how to escape them. Even when you're not working on an actual puzzle, it's a puzzle itself just to navigate the levels. I found it refreshing some of the time, to be honest. I enjoyed just walking around and admiring the game, but some subtle nudges would have been nice. I believe the developers intentionally wanted you to feel lost on an alien planet, and I have to say, they achieved their goal. The puzzles themselves range from finding things to stuff that almost seems like a Rubik's Cube. Some are great, while others just seem like a roadblock to stop you from walking. Even though it's a walking sim, Scorn does have combat. Now, the combat has been criticized by the majority, and I agree, it is clunky as it is brutal. If you go looking for a fight, there's a big chance you'll die. However, you can go through almost the entire game without killing anything. Scorn doesn't tell you this in the actual game. The only hint of this is in the gameplay trailer.
A hidden fauna sleeps within the underbelly of the world, wanting nothing more than to be left undisturbed.
It's really interesting that the symbiotes want to be left alone, lore-wise, but it fails from a gameplay perspective when your only hint is in a trailer. The players need to at least have a hint as to what to expect. Mysteries work with lore, world building, and to an extent level design, but not gameplay mechanics. The gameplay is clearly not the focus. Scorn wants you to focus on its world. It's better to describe Scorn as a moving art piece, and in that respect, it succeeds. Scorn is no doubt one of the most interesting games I've played this year. Even with some rough edges, the visuals and world building have been on my mind since it released. Does it make my top games of 2022? I'm not sure. But when I think of games from this year, Scorn will definitely be remembered. Scorn reminds me of Death Stranding almost. A game you'll love or find very tedious and hate. If you're looking for a deep gameplay loop, Scorn is not for you. But if you want to experience grotesque body horror and feel lost on an alien world, give it a shot on Game Pass. Thank you so much for watching. This was my first solo video and I had a lot of fun making it. If you want to chat about Scorn or any game for that matter, leave a comment. Or if you want, recommend us a game. We're a bunch of friends who enjoy talking about games. If a chill, friendly channel is what you want, subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Have a safe, happy Halloween, and I'll talk to you guys later.